Hey everyone, Collin here. Welcome to the channel. Today's gonna be a little bit different. Instead of not talking solely about Google Ads, I'm talking a little bit more about just business principles as a whole and some recent notes and some awesome quotes that I had at a recent mastermind here in Nashville, Tennessee, day one. So day two is today, but I wanted to send over just a quick kind of insight on what I learned from Taylor Welch, one of the best marketers of all time, in my opinion, as well as some of his sales team, as well as one or two speakers that I heard as well. Main thing here is I want to just share some sick quotes that I thought really resonate with me, and hopefully they can resonate with you, and hopefully you take away at least one thing that will change your perspective in your business or give you a certain insight that maybe you just didn't have before. So let's run through them. First thing is you attract whatever you think about. Now Taylor is really big with morning formula. He's been talking about that since the traffic and funnels days, maybe even before that, who knows? But that was really one of the main points, was whatever you think, whatever you want, whatever you think about day to day, week to week, that's what you attract. If you think about and worry about clients leaving you, that's what's going to happen. If you think about how you have higher quality clients coming in, you're too busy to have new clients, stuff like that, that's what's going to happen, right? So really put it into thought and consideration of what you actually want, then create a morning formula with that, and then you will over time attract it, right? So definitely, goes back to the manifestation part and just, thinking and believing in what you truly want. And Taylor had us do a great exercise with really, closing out life and kind of thinking, what is a perfect life to you and where are you in that moment, and really feeling what it is. And a point there was that if you felt any fear in that moment, it's not truly what you want in a perfect situation, it's what you think you want. And his whole point around that was just anything with fear in it, you're not gonna create or be your best. Now, if you're actually operating at your true best self and you're just firing off cylinders and you're in flow, you're not gonna be in fear, because fear is an anticipation about something that may or may not happen, right? So that was a key moment. I'm trying to break down the best here, but really take a time and figure out what you want in life, or what you want right now, and just kind of make sure you're working towards that and thinking towards that, and not thinking about a fear-based thing that probably will never happen, to be honest, unless you manifest it, and it will happen. Another one, this one was from Aline Wilder, I believe is her name. The offer you don't make, the offer no one will take. I think that's definitely true. It doesn't have to be, one of Home Rosie's $100 million offers or something like that. Just if you don't have something that, if you have a higher price package that you never thought about, or a lower price package that you think no one will want, if you never make it, no one's ever going to take it, right? So basic stuff that people will probably forget about, and I know I have, in terms of talking with maybe a B2B client or a brand that maybe they wanted consulting, but at the time I was only trying to focus on done for you management, stuff like that. I probably lost a good amount of money that way by not offering consulting at the time, which now I do. But definitely, thinking about how you can still help your perfect target audience or your ICP just in a different way that you maybe haven't thought about before. Next one, take the long-term game and create trust through content, so no one will need a pitch or a super hard close on a closing call, right? This is definitely, against the current close at all costs sales pitch, or writing a perfect sales script and following it to the T and making sure you get all the objections and making sure you really pitch your product perfectly, which I've never done, to be honest. When I first started in 2020 with sales calls, I tried following a script, sucked at it, so I kind of just started winging it and asking questions, and never even really had an offer. And that's something I still don't really believe how everyone has to have an offer when you do a service business. Create content, become someone worthy of people following about what you do, and that really will take out most of the objections on the sales call, because they come to you in an inbound way. And that's just something that really resonated with me, because I have always had a long-term mindset with the services that I do. Probably helped that I got a job at an agency as well, so I really saw what could happen if you stick with it long enough. But that really, I think, will be a shift in the coming years about sales, where everyone has, what Taylor has been talking about since the TNF days and the first sales team really there. Yeah, I think that's the main thing. I think that was probably the best thing for me yesterday, was just, taking the long-term game and just have enough content and enough good content that it creates trust with your audience, and they don't really have any objections because they know what you offer, and they come to you because they want what you do, right? Another one was how to get a baseline of another level, right? That's something I've personally struggled with. I kind of the last year, ever since my son was born, had a super high revenue month, my first 6-figure month. That was a goal for me for a long time. And once I hit it, it kind of destroyed me in a way of saying, oh, I guess that wasn't a high enough goal, right? And at the time, I didn't have a morning formula. I didn't really have a vision of what I wanted. I just knew I wanted a 6-figure month. And it kind of broke me in terms of being real with you guys, right? It kind of broke me with, I didn't have as much drive as I thought I had for, another a double what I had the last month, or a 300K month, a 400K month. It didn't speak to me like the first 100K month did. I'm not sure why. I think it was partly due to hitting revenue, something I was chasing for 3 years, basically. Hitting that, realizing it didn't really change anything, to be honest. Had more problems than anything with it. And then buying a house at the same time, going through that, moving in there, and then having my son for like a month after that. So just a lot of stuff all at once. And yeah, I think I've personally struggled with trying to find another baseline of, hey, put out enough output and think long-term enough to have your next vision, have your next, where you're working towards your mission. And I haven't had that until recently. I would say the last month or so, it's been nice getting in the grind again, working 8-10 hour days because I want to, not because I have to. But his main thing, let's get back on track here. The main thing was, how to get to another level of output. His thing, Taylor literally said, you need to redline every day for 20 to 30 days. He said 30. Then it won't feel like redlining anymore. It'll be your new baseline. And I personally do agree with that. I think I've done that, not so much for 30 days in a row. That's another level. But I have done, 7 to 14, 1 to 2 weeks probably of redlining to kind of understand what it takes. And then to keep doing that is another thing, right? But that was really, I think that hit home for me. If you're not happy with where you're at, you need to do another level, try to reach redline until you reach it. Do it long enough where it feels normal to you, and then it won't feel like redlining anymore. And then let's do one more. This one is more about team. So if you don't have a team, this may not be for you yet, but I think it will still help you in terms of being an individual and working on your own business. And that is culture drives from a precedence of performance, right? So having high expectations. And I think that definitely is something that, if you're running your own business, trying to have your own clients, you have high expectations, or at least you should, because people are trusting you with their money. If you're in the service-based business, you need to perform. Otherwise, you get fired, and otherwise you don't make any money, and then you're poor, and then you're homeless. But basically, once you start hiring out people, you need to maintain that level of expectation to them. And a big thing of yesterday's talk was conforming to the level of output or the level of expectations that you hire. And that's not something you should do. Someone comes into your team and they just don't get it. They can't, after you train them and you set expectations during the interview process and during the hiring process, and they're dragging you down or dragging the team down, you fire them. And that was also another theme yesterday. Just, you need to, if they're doing something wrong and you give them enough time and you have a doubt if they're qualified, you fire them and move fast. So I would love to have you guys think about that and just think, okay, if I'm hiring, even a freelancer or some guy from Fiverr to make ads or something, and it's still not the quality that you think, get rid of them, hire someone else. I think that's definitely spoke true to me. So hopefully, one of those 5 things resonates with you. I'd love to talk to you guys about what more Taylor said. Make sure you free plug to him. Make sure you sign up for his memo. It's a great monthly thing. Or MDC, Modern Day Consultant, if you actually want to level up your business. Thank you, Taylor, for the great first day mastermind. I can't wait for this day. And yeah, have a great day, you guys. If you have any questions about Google Ads, put them in the comments below. And I'll speak to you guys soon. Thank you.